Hi people. In this video we will check shortly or remember the use of might and will to make predictions. I ask you to check these aspects, yes, and make your personal prediction about this. What do you think is going to happen in the future related to cars, planes, space travel, holidays, and bikes? Let's remember something about these models. Yes, we said that we use will and might and maybe may, but we are only studying will and might to talk about predictions based on our opinions, something that we believe or calculate will or may happen in the future. Remember that we use will when we are sure that something will happen, yes. And maybe we can use the adverb probably, yes, when you are also where you think there is a high possibility that something will happen in the future. And you use might in the same way, but when you are not completely sure it is going to happen, or you are not sure it is possible. For example, if you say it will rain tomorrow, is because maybe you are quite sure, or it will probably rain tomorrow. Yes, it's different when you compare when you say it might rain tomorrow. Yes, so in this case you are not quite sure it is going to happen, but it is possible. It depends on you. Here I have a comparison. In this case the sentences are negatives. Yes, this is a prediction about cars, as one of those I ask you to make. Cars won't probably use gas as fuel anymore. This is something I am sure, or I'm sure that it probably will happen in the future. Yes? Look at this. Cars might not use petrol as fuel anymore. Petrol and gas are synonyms. Yes? Gasolina, gasolina. So cars might not use petrol as fuel anymore. Yes? In this case, I am less sure. Yes? Completely sure or sure, not so sure that it will happen. Yes? Okay. So I hope that you make your predictions regarding these topics. Okay. As I told you on Thursday, we were going to talk about holidays. Yes? And I showed you this. These are some questions that maybe are going to be discussed in class. And I also ask you to check these activities or these things that you have to do in a traveling situation or when you decide to go to another city or to another place. Most of cases on holidays. So you have to decide which of these activities you do before you travel and which you do during your trip. So for example, buy or get foreign currency. Do you remember what is currency? I'm going to give you examples of currency. Dollars, yenes, pounds, euros, pesos. Yes, those are different types of currency. So get foreign currency. Is it something that you do before you travel or during your trip? You can do it in both situations, but maybe it is more suitable if you do it before you travel, no? Get the foreign currency of that country or of that region you will travel. So please check this vocabulary, use your dictionaries for new words and classify them here, please. Also, we're going to listen to the pronunciation of these words, yes? And the idea is that you choose or underline where is the main stress or the principal stress of each word. So let's listen and mark the stress there in your house. Okay, but I'm going to check if I am sharing the audio of my laptop. Okay, here it is. Listen.
Accommodation.
Accommodation.
Souvenir.
Souvenir or souvenir.
insurance, currency, culture, foreign,
Foreign.
apply, review.
Okay, so mark the stress, and then you listen. Yes, listen again. So please, in this exercise, you have to listen again and repeat the words. Yes, so please listen and repeat in your house, and then in class we will check where is the principal stress. Or as you can, what you can do in this case is to look in the dictionary. In word reference, you will find where is the stress. Let's look for one. Let's look for currency, for example. Okay, here is the phonetic transcription. So, how do I know where is the stress? ¿Cómo sabemos dónde va el acento? Porque hay una pequeña coma, ¿sí? Como la pueden ver ahí. Aquí esta es que me lo tapa. Pero ahí, antes de la K, en la parte de arriba, hay una coma. Donde está esa coma es donde va el acento, en esa sílaba. Currency. Yes? Currency. You also can listen here.
Currency.
Currency. Okay, so in that way you can check where is the correct stress of each word. Okay, so you please listen and repeat. Please, these are questions related to holidays. So I would like that you read the questions and prepare your answers to discuss in class. So it would be nice if you prepare in advance what you are going to say to answer to this. Yeah, so let's check the questions. Do you book your holidays far in advance? Yeah, in advance is con anterioridad. Far in advance, con bastante anterioridad. Or are you a last minute person? So I think that you can infer what is a last minute person. What type of holiday accommodation do you prefer? Hotel, self-catering, etc. Remember that I sent a link on the WhatsApp group, yes, to check what are different types of accommodation. So please check that link and read the different types of accommodation and recommendations that are there. Remember that types of accommodations are the places where you are going to spend the night. Hotel, hostel, camping, trains, yes, home exchange, couch surfing, Airbnb. So please that link and have a read because it's a good practice for reading too. What websites do you look at for holiday reviews? Hay personas, viajeros, que van subiendo a diferentes páginas sus experiencias de viaje, comparten los costos de estar en la ciudad, los costos de los pasajes de un lugar a otro, cuáles son los lugares más recomendables para visitar, si es seguro, dónde se puede comprar las cosas más económicas. ¿Qué páginas de esas conoce? Si conoce alguna, pues ojalá la compartan. Number 4, do you usually take a guidebook on holiday? Why? Why not? Okay, now this is not so common because today we use our phone, the GPS or Google Maps. So it's not so common today, but some people do this. They buy a guidebook or maps, mostly when they travel by car, yes? And finally, what do you like doing on holiday? And why? It's an interesting question. And it's also a sad question in this moment because most of us cannot travel. Okay, dears. Following, we have here a listening about a really particular place. These are really particular places in Japan, yes? These are called manga cafes. Manga cafes. Remember that manga is a type of cartoon, yes? It's like Japanese cartoon, yes? Or anime, as we already know this, the manga. So if you don't know what is manga, so maybe you can have a check on the internet of what is manga. So you will listen about manga cafes, yes? And the idea is that you answer this question. What can you do in this cafe? This is like a café internet o cibercafé, que llamaríamos acá, ¿sí? Pero en Japón pues son un poco diferentes. What can you do? Stay overnight, read comic books, buy comic books, meet manga artists, watch videos, eat, drink, or have a shower. Have a shower? Can you do it in a manga cafe? Okay, so you will listen and pick what is mentioned in the audio. But before we do the listening exercise, I would like you to show you what is a manga cafe. So we will watch part of this video, yes, of this girl. It's to go to a manga cafe because she couldn't take the train and the taxis are so expensive. So she decided to spend the night at a cafe. So let's see a little bit.
It's Saturday and I've ended up in a bar plus what am I doing? So yeah, this is happening. Alright, so I had a really fun time, but unfortunately I have missed my last train and the taxis are pretty expensive in Japan. So I'm gonna spend my night in a manga cafe, which is actually pretty good vlogging material because they're pretty cool. So check this out. Slushies, check out this over here. Slushies for free. I paid like $15 to spend the night here, and you can take a shower and you get free slushies.
$15 the night. That's quite less expensive than a hotel. And you have free slushies. Slushies are like melted snow, ¿sí? Raspados o nevados.
That wasn't the only part. You can get fucking corn soup for free in front of you, but yeah, all these machines are for free as well. And all these. I don't know what the hell is in the slushie, but I'm gonna get it anyway. They have hella manga as well, of course, that you can take to your own booth. Ladies floor. I got a room on the ladies floor. Usually they have flat beds, but I came pretty late tonight, so I've got a reclining seat, which is good enough. Got internet. You can even borrow a phone charger. They have everything you need. So I'm feeling quite tired now. There's a line for the shower, and they're gonna call me when it's ready. So I think I'll take a small nap and hopefully I'll be woken from the shower.
Okay, I hope maybe if you want, you can continue watching the video. This is on YouTube. as you can notice, manga cafes in Tokyo. Yes, and this is it. Staying overnight at a manga cafe. Okay, good. So to finish, I'm going to play this audio, yes, in order for you to tick what are the things that I've mentioned about the activities or things that you can do in this cafe. So please listen.
Audio 7.4.
Here I am in Tokyo. It's 11 p.m. and I'm standing outside a manga kisser. What, you might ask, is a manga kisser? Well, kisser is a Japanese word for cafe, and manga are Japanese comic books. And this is where I'm going to stay the night. But don't worry, I've done my research, and according to my guidebook, manga cafes are a good choice if you're looking for somewhere cheap to spend the night. Manga cafes are everywhere in Japan. In the past, they were places where you could go to read manga for a few hours and escape the busy streets. Now they have become something different. They offer internet access and computer facilities as well as manga books. They're open 24 hours and they sell food and drinks. People often use them as a cheap form of accommodation. You pay per hour for your time in the cafe, but it's much less expensive than a hotel. So, I'm going to stay the night in a manga kisser. Well, as they say, you have to try everything once. Let's go inside. So, here we are inside the cafe. There are walls and walls of manga books displayed from floor to ceiling. There are thousands of them. I haven't seen anything like this before. According to the guidebook, manga is popular with men and women of all ages in Japan, not just teenagers. They are a very important part of Japanese culture, and manga artists are very respected. There are quite a lot of people here. Some look like travellers, but a lot of people are local. Some are reading, but most people are watching videos and playing games on computers. Nobody's serving food, but if I need something to eat, there are loads of vending machines. Wow, there's an enormous choice. All kinds of soft drinks, pot noodles, ice cream.
Okay,
So I'm now outside my room. I'm just taking off my shoes. Everyone leaves their shoes outside the room. And now I'm going to have a look inside. Well, it's not exactly a room. It's tiny and the walls only reach as high as my shoulder. And the bed's not really a bed, but a kind of long, flat seat, like a bench. But there's a blanket. It's not exactly five-star accommodation, but I've got my own personal, private space. And that's what matters. I think I'm going to sleep very well in here.
Students, it would be nice if you listen it again. If you listen it again, so you played it back this video and you could listen. Also, you do check what are the things mentioned in this exercise and maybe prepare these answers for this exercise. According to the audio, how have manga cafes changed? How were they before? How are they now? Who are the people in the cafe and what are they doing? Yes, are they playing? Are they reading? I don't know. Listen again and answer. What is the journalist room like? The journalist is the person who is describing the cafe. Also, I would like that you answer these questions, yes, about you. Have you ever read a manga comic book? Would you like to stay in a manga cafe? Why? Why not? Yes, so try to give your reasons and prepare these questions, these answers, and also these ones here. Okay, guys, I hope you had a nice rest of the weekend. See you on Monday. Any question, please tell me.